So, hello everyone. I thought we'd just, usually I try to give it a second before we start, but I thought I'd just get right into it. So, for, I hope everyone's doing good today. For you guys, of course, it's been like a few days, maybe. I think I uploaded enough to have enough content that one should release today. But, we're gonna actually do something. So, last time I said I'd go check out if, Ferris, if she had an extra ending. So, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pause the recording, and I'm gonna go play through the entire game again, because, of course, just my luck, I don't have any, any of these that are, built to last. Oh no, I went too far. I don't save often enough. I should probably have started saving, once every episode, so I wouldn't have to do this, but, pause the episode, and I'll be back if there is an extra ending, and if not, they'll just appear right on the title screen again. So, if there's nothing, I'll see you here in about 1 second, and if there is something, I'll see you then. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. I guessed right. Alright. I think. I don't know. But we'll see. I guess this is a Ferris ending. Yoba? No. I won't let this dream end yet. Don't jump to conclusions. We should explore other methods. After all, her father's life hangs in the balance. Let's try another way. I can't kill your dad. Yoba. I'm sorry, yeah. Baby's led you astray, yeah? No, it's okay. This is my decision. I don't have what it takes to be a god. That burden is too much for me to bear. Ferris's father is still at home, so we go to the UPX cafe to talk. Ferris orders a sandwich. Do you have anything in mind now? It's a gamble. But we can change the contents of the D-mail you sent. We're not gonna cancel the first prank mail, yeah? Exactly. I win as long as I get back the IBM 5100. Your father doesn't need to die. Right as you say that, the employee comes to us with a sandwich and drinks. She looks startled. We're talking about a game. The employee forces a smile at my lame excuse, then heads back inside. I turn back to Ferris. I think we should send a D-mail that says something like, give the IBM 5100 to Okabe Rintaro. I think 10 years is about the limit of how far back we can send emails. Phone mail didn't become a widespread until then. Lukiko's mom's pager was a special case, but even that was still limited to the 1990s. So I don't think we can do anything fancy like tell Ferris' dad to start stockpiling IBM 5100s in 1975. But you know, back then, Papa's company was down and he didn't have much capital now. I doubt you could say anything to stop him from selling the IBM 5100 if he needed money to save me, Nyan. Ferris frowns and takes a bite of her egg sandwich. That depends on what we send. If we make it seem like it came from the kidnappers, then your father has to find another way. He's a retro PC collector, so he should have plenty of other PCs he could sell, right? He wouldn't get enough money with those, Nyan. Back then, the IBM 5100 was the only one people would pay the noise for, Nyan. And this is something only you can pull off. I'll say it again, this is only a bet. A bet to escape the responsibilities of a god. How will the world line change? What will the new world line bring? I don't have the answers. It may become a world where neither Mayuri nor your father can be saved, but it could also be one where both can. There's no way to be sure, but I can't just leave things the way they are. I can't let Mayuri die, and I can't let your dad die. A gamble, all or nothing. Is Ferris alright with that? 2 lives hang in the balance. I don't want to be making decisions that affect whether people live or die, but I can't think of an alternative. If that's your decision, then it's okay with me, Nyan. Really? I know that you're trying to save Papa, Nyan. And I'm really grateful for that, Nyan. I think I'm falling in love with you, Nyan. Don't tease me like that. But I'm not just teasing, Nyan. Ferris pouts cutely. Did Koyama hate girls like me, Nyan? She stares in my eyes, saying nothing. No wonder you're May Queen's #1 maid. You know how to flatter your customers. I don't like it when Koyama dies a question, Nyan. Now she just makes a sad face and drops her shoulders. Don't tell me that was a real confession of love to me. Sure, Ferris is cute. I don't have as much trouble dealing with her as I used to. I could certainly get used to the idea of being with a girl like her. I am a man after all, and any man would be overjoyed to win the heart of a girl like Ferris. But this is no time for romance. Ferris, let's do this together. It'll come out alright, trust me. I guess you're never gonna answer me now. Ferris looks a little sad, but after a deep breath, she smiles again. I'm with you, Koyama. Let's send a Gmail now. We have our plan. Will the dice come up odd or even? Not even God knows. I take Ferris with me to the lab, and Dara weeps tears of joy at her safety. Mayuri jumps on her with a hug. Kurusu keeps reading her expression aloof. I tell the three of them I'll explain later, though I don't know if I'll get the opportunity since we're changing the past, and head with Ferris straight to the development room. Ferris has already written the D-mail. The root of the problem is her fake ransom demand, which caused her father to sell his IBM 5100. This is a second threatening email written to prevent that. Its time of arrival is 1 hour after the first email. I set the timer and exchange glances with Ferris. There's no turning back. I hope I still remember you now, after the world line changes. Even that is no guarantee. This isn't like Suzuha's case, where I returned the warped world line back to normal. We're warping it even more. I wouldn't be surprised if there were changes more drastic than the elimination of Moe from Akiba. Even if you forget, I'll remember. Koyama, I want you to hold hands. I take Ferris's hand and activate the microwave. Go for it, Ferris. Sending. Nah. Oh. The warmth of Ferris's hand suddenly disappears from mine. What? The summer sun fills my distorted vision. Next comes the noise of Akiba, the voices of the crowd, and the theme songs of electronic shops. This is... teleportation. I realize I'm standing on Churodori, right in front of the Animate. Animate? The anime shop? I scan the street. All the Moe stores are back. The world line must have changed. That's evident from the fact that reading Steiner kicked in. Ferris, however, is nowhere to be seen. It appears we went very far back. Even though we were standing right next to each other just a moment ago, hand in hand, she disappeared. Did her very existence disappear? No, that's absurd. I refuse to accept that. So, did our plan work, or are things even worse now? I need to explore this new world line. I head to the Tennoji residence and find Nae there, home alone. I managed to convince her to let me in. The divergence meter is there, as expected. What? The first digit is blank. It now reads 0.275349%. Is it broken, or are there reasons for the missing digit? Anyway, I better make note of this number on my phone. When I checked the divergence meter after erasing our memories of Suzuha, the number was above 0.4%. The current number is significantly lower now. But the bigger question is that missing first digit. Who are you? What do you want? Nae peeks at me from behind the sliding door. She's acting even more afraid than usual. I don't want her to tattle on me to her dad. I'd better calm her down somehow. Sorry for the sudden visit. I'm done. By the way, your old man's the one who showed me how to get here. That doesn't seem to ally her nervousness much, and she still doesn't come any closer. Who are you? Please get out. If you don't, I'll call the police, and my daddy's really, really strong. Huh? What's going on here? Who am I? Come on, we've met a number of times. Huh? I rent out the second floor of your old man's shop, remember? Help, Daddy! Whoa, now hold on a second. If you touch me, I'll bite my tongue and die! I'm not gonna touch you, okay? You really don't remember me? Nae shakes her head frantically. We've never met? She nods. Oh, sorry about that. I'm friends with your old man. I'm done here, so I'll be going now. My thoughts are a jumble, but I force a smile to hide my confusion and leave the Tennoji residence behind. Something like this was bound to happen. It's a small comfort, but I knew the risks when I chose this path. Given that canceling the Suzuha D-mail only changed divergence by 0.07, a change of 0.2 likely means a dramatic shift in the world line, at least from my perspective. It's entirely possible that past events of this world line, my relationships included, are very different from what I remember. As proof, with the sole exception of Ferris, all contacts have disappeared from my phone. That's nothing but pure horror to me. To save Mayuri and Ferris' father, we warped the fabric of time even more than had been warped already. Oh no, did you send a thing like, now we're married or something? To lose everyone other than Ferris? That would be unbearable. That can't have happened. They can't have disappeared. I'm sure they still exist. My phone is just broken is all. Yeah, that's probably it. I knew this might happen. I accepted the risks. But at the same time, I don't want my relationships with my friends to change. I hold that desperate wish in my mind. Mayuri, Daru, and Kurusu should be in the lab like usual. Once I get there, Mayuri will greet me cheerfully, right? I climb the stairs to the second floor, praying that everything will be alright. And there, I realize that my prayers were for naught. The second floor is vacant. And of course, the time loop machine is nowhere to be found. So May Queen exists. Still in a daze, I wander the maid cafe in search of a familiar face. It feels like 10 years since I last saw that cat logo. I take a deep breath and open the door. Welcome back, Master! Ferris, Mayuri. Thank God! I feel indescribable relief when I see the two girls standing there. They didn't disappear, they still work here, just as I remember. No, Master, it's Mayushi Nanyan! Mayuri smiles at me and strikes a cat-like pose. You're Ferris-chan's duel partner, aren't you? She turns to Ferris. Ferris-chan, did you tell Mayushi's real name? Yeah, I don't remember telling him, yeah. But you do call yourself Mayushi, so maybe he guessed, yeah. Oh, huh? This feeling. Something is very wrong. Yeah. Ferris brings her mouth close to my ear. Thanks for coming, yeah, but please don't act like my boyfriend in front of the customers, yeah. Your boyfriend? Oh dear. Dummy, you can't use that word, yeah. We can sweet talk all we want after work's over, so control yourself until then, yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah. Oh, I see, you get it, yeah. You're one cool cat, yeah. Come on, Ferris-chan, you can't flirt with him in here. What do you mean, Yayoshi? I didn't know this thing, yeah. Mayuri, do you remember Daru and Kurisu? Mayuri tilts her head with a confused expression. Daru? Kurisu? Ooh. I can't remember Mayuri's voice, it's been too long. I hope it's correct. If my Mayuri voice changed today, it's because it's been like a week. The coldness in the pit of my stomach returns. There's something odd about how Mayuri and Ferris are acting. Does this mean my relationship with them has changed as well? Where's our laboratory? Laboratory? Yav Hotel? What the hell? Ferris grabs me by the ear. Ow, what are you doing? Oh, Yoma, what is it about, nya? Don't tell me you made plans to meet Mayushi at a love hotel, nya. Yoma is such a perfect thing to do about doing immoral things to a minor like her, nya. Laboratory, not love hotel, don't mix them up. Laboratory? What do you mean by laboratory, nya? Laboratory is in the Future Gadget Laboratory. You remember, don't you, Mayuri? The Future Gadget Laboratory? Mayushi doesn't know what that is, sorry. She doesn't remember. It can't be. Anyway, why do you keep talking to Mayushi, nya? You trying to flirt right in front of your girlfriend, nya? Girlfriend? Ferris? Whose? Mine? If that's how you're gonna be, then I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, nya. So what'll it be, nya? Right, sorry. I apologize and ask to be seated. And inside, I find Daru sitting at a table for two. He's fidgeting for some reason. Why is he staring at me like that? Daru, there you are. I sit in front of Daru and let out a sigh of relief. I drink my water in one gulp. I was really thirsty. Daru doesn't try to hide his displeasure. Hey, what's your relationship to Ferris-tan? What? I've seen you somewhere before. Where was it? Anyway, you're being way too familiar with Ferris-tan. Are you a filthy normal? You are, aren't you? Whoa, Daru, just what are you... I shut up as soon as I start talking. Given how Myra and Ferris are acting, it's entirely possible that my relationship with Daru has changed too. Better make sure. Have we met before? Of course not. This is your first time here, right? As a regular customer, I make sure to remember the other customers' faces. No, I'm pretty sure I count as a regular here. This is the taste of a liar. How can you tell without even licking me? Anyway, answer me. What's your relationship to Ferris-tan? I'm not direct enough. Fine. Question 1. What is your name? Why do I have to be cross-examined by Daru? It's unpleasant, but I also don't want to anger him anymore, so I'll answer honestly. The question is which name to use. I'm Hoyoin Koyama. Seriously? Daru suddenly bends forward. His attitude changes completely at this. He grabs my hand, suddenly happy to see me. Oh, yeah, now I remember. I was sure I'd seen you somewhere before. You're Ferris-tan's duel partner, Hoyoin. Wow, I feel like an idiot. It's an honor to meet you. I'm a big fan of you and Ferris-tan. I saw the last semi-final. Final. He shakes my hand forcefully. His hand is all sweaty. Hey, wait, Daru? Daru, how do you know my nickname? Ah, well, the pieces are starting to fall into place. The lab is gone. Myra and Daru don't know me. We haven't met. We're not friends. We're nothing. I see. All the time we spent together is gone. Every moment, every memory. Is this the price I have to pay? Is it my destiny to live in a world where even my best friends don't know me? Man, tomorrow's the finals, huh? Beat the shit out of those viral attackers for me. The finals? Viral attackers, that means it's about Rhinet Access Battlers. Am I participating as Ferris' partner? But I thought the finals finished yesterday. So on this world then, it's tomorrow? I'll ask Ferris later. For some reason, it looks like I'm her partner and her boyfriend. But I can deal with that later. Right now, there's one more thing I need to know. Hey, do you know someone named Makise Kurusu? Oh yeah, she's that genius girl whose thesis got published in that big academic journal, right? Have you met her? She gave a lecture at ATF a couple weeks back. I saw it. She's pretty cute. Why do you ask? Just wondering. It was obvious. If the lab doesn't exist, then how could I have met Kurusu? I go limp in my chair. What about the bet I made? The bet to save Mayuri. Did I win or lose? I should know by tonight. If things go as scheduled, Mayuri will die. Was it right to change the world line? And is Ferris' father still alive? If we save both of them, then I can accept the loss of my friends as the price. I have no other choice. Papa? Ferris stops drinking her iced milk tea and looks at me with furrowed eyebrows. He went to work today, Nyan. What about him, Nyan? So your dad is still alive? Of course he is now. Why would you ask something like that, Nyan? You've been acting weird today, Nyan. What's wrong, Nyan? Nothing. I see. Ferris' dad is still alive. Thank goodness. Now all that remains is to learn Mayuri's fate. Will she die or will she live? The answer will determine if all of this has been worth it. Is it true that you and I are a couple? Eh? Ferris' face freezes. Her lips tremble. Don't tell me Koyama was only playing with Ferris, Nya. You're terrible, Nya. How could you play with the heart of a pure 17-year-old maiden? I see that Ferris is as melodramatic as ever. Smiling wryly, I slump down in my chair and look up at the sky. I feel an emptiness filling my heart. Ah, so that's how it is. The world line has changed and the only one out of place is me. I feel so alone. My friends don't know me anymore. Mayuri isn't even my childhood friend. I won't let you go anywhere. I won't let anyone take you away. That didn't happen in this timeline. Mayuri is no longer my hostage. I was willing to do anything to save her. Even sacrifice the time Suzuha spent with us. And yet, no, think positive. Now that Mayuri is a stranger, there's no reason for her to die. Just think of it this way. I sacrificed our memories in order to save Mayuri. That does little to alleviate the sadness. Hahaha. Koyama, what you think Tsunobio are in, ya? We're in the middle of an important conversation, ya? Hey, Ferris, it looks like I have amnesia now. It's not a lie. I have no memories of this world line. That's the world famous mad scientist for you, ya. The organization will in a headshot and make you lose your memories, ya. Koyama knew about the location of the stolen nuclear weapons and the organization desperately tried to take back those memories, ya. Huh. Koyama? Ferris frowns and leans forward and stares straight into my eyes. Is she trying to use her power? Cheshire break, was it? To see into my mind? No way. Ferris quickly turns pale. Really? Yeah. So that's why you've been acting strange, yeah? This is terrible, yeah? Since when? What happened? The world line changed, not like you'd understand what that means. I'd call myself a space-time castaway. This is no time for jokes, Nyan. This is a serious scene, Nyan. I'm worried about you, so I have to be honest with Nyan. Not one word I've said is a lie. You of all people should know, right? Well, yeah, but... Please, tell me about our relationship. Tell me who I am. You really don't remember? Ferris is moved to tears. Then she firmly clasped my hand. Ferris and Koyama met at a ride tournament, yeah? It was at a small shop in Akiba, but as our life and death struggle unfolded, we understood each other's hearts, yeah? I played Rhinet? Then we hit it off, and Ferris and Koyama became partners, yeah? We were a perfect match, and it kept advancing even to the Grand Championships, hardly losing a single match, yeah? Then Ferris starts fidgeting. She blushes a little and looks at me sidelong. And then, as we fought side by side, Ferris started to want to know more about Koyama. I couldn't stop thinking about you. That's when Ferris began to fall in love with Koyama, yeah? I wanted to be together as partners, not only in Rhinet, but in private too, yeah? So after we won that last semi-final, I made up my mind and confessed, yeah? And when Koyama said he loved me too, we shared a sweet kiss and officially became lovers, yeah? Sweet kiss? Does that make me a normal? Was I really that good with women? By the way, Ferris and Koyama live together, yeah? What? Living together already? When we only just started going out? You really are filthy normal current world line me. Ferris answers with a wry smile. Actually, Columbus is staying over for summer break while we prepare for the Rhinet Championship, yeah. So, we haven't done anything naughty yet, yeah. Wait, why are you making me say, yeah? She flails her arms and legs. Oh, if it's at Ferris's place, with her parents and the butler there, of course nothing naughty would happen. Do you remember yet, yeah? I shake my head. It's fundamentally impossible for me to remember the events of this world line. I didn't forget those memories, I never had them in the first place. Ferris, I have a favor to ask. Yeah? What is it, yeah? I'll do anything if it helps you remember, yeah? No, it's not about my memories, it's about Mayuri. Mayuri, come to see what you were awfully chatty with her, yeah? Tonight, around 8 PM, Mayuri might die. Eh? Can you keep an eye on her? She might die, but you've got to be joking this time, yeah? I gaze straight into Ferris's eyes. I'm telling the truth. She might die, or she might not. I'd say it's 50-50. You don't have to do anything, just keep an eye on her, and tell me and tell me what happens. Can you do that? I don't understand, yeah. But... Ferris clasps my hand again. Tightly, very tightly. I can feel her warmth emanating through her palms. But Ferris loves Koyama, I love you a lot. So I trust you, yeah, I trust you. Thank you. Ferris is the only one I can rely on now. I keep staring at the clock on the wall. I was told to wait at Ferris's place, so I've been sitting here for 2 hours. I haven't heard from her since she told me she was going to karaoke with Mayuri. Several hours have passed since Mayuri's scheduled time of death. Ferris hasn't contacted me yet, which I guess means that nothing happened. I wish I could know for sure. If Mayuri were to die now, it would mean that I have failed utterly. I have no way to return to my original world line. I have no way to change the past again. The lab doesn't exist, and neither does the phone wave name subject to change. I can't even send a D-mail, to say nothing of leap through time. Okabe-kun. Ferris's parents make an appearance. They smile when they see me. Come to think of it, this is the first time I've met Ferris's mom. She seems like an elegant lady. Is Rumoho still working? No, she went out with a friend from work. Ferris's dad is alive. I learned that fact from Ferris earlier, but it's really good to see him in the flesh. At the very least, I didn't have to kill this man. I see. It's not good for a high school student to be out this late. You need to warn her, okay, Okabe-kun? Understood. Sorry, I have such a troublesome daughter. I hope she's not too hard to deal with. I want you to know I have great respect for you. Thank you very much. I can't believe I've done anything to warrant that sort of praise. Sorry about this, but my wife and I have to fly overseas for a business trip. At this hour? Kuroki will be here, so just ask him if you need anything. Well then, we're off. Take care. Once the parents leave, I drop onto the sofa, relieved. He's a really nice guy. I'm glad I was able to save his life, if nothing else. Hey, I'm home! Ferris returns right after her parents leave. That was fun. I'm sorry, that was fun. Ferris, why don't you contact me? What happened to Mayuri? There's a concern in my voice, so I can't tell from her expression that everything was okay. I won the bet. Nothing happened to Mayushi-nyan. We sang anime song for about 2 hours and I took her home, nya. I was such a gentleman, nya. I think I might have raised some Yuri flag, nya. I see. Mayuri is still alive. So is Ferris' dad. I have lost much, but as long as they're safe, I can accept my fate. I don't know what will happen to Suzuha's dream for the future, but there's nothing I can do about that now. Everything is fine. This world line is my home now. I'm gonna make a life here. I no longer have the lab or my friends, but I do have Ferris. I'm not alone. I'm so relieved to have finally achieved my goals that my body's fatigue catches up with me all at once. I slide down the sofa and close my eyes. Yoma, are you going to sleep now? Yeah, just let me rest a bit. I have plenty of time to think about the future. After all, I have nothing left to fear. Next turn, your move, nya. God, it's a little early, but I guess I should use the terminal card and turn the tables. No, this has to be a trap. What you do is up to you, nya. Wait, there's no problem my mighty brain cells can't handle. But no matter how hard I try, I simply can't visualize Ferris' piece placement. I'm still a newbie at this game, I barely know the rules. The finals are tomorrow. Today, actually, there's no way I can defeat the viral attackers like this. But since I'm Ferris' partner, I have no choice but to participate. That's why we've been training all night. Alright, after careful consideration, I use Virus Checker. Nice try, Nyan, but Ferris' plan's backup plan to counter you, Nyan. What? You say? Not gonna miss Jerry's full explode, Nyan. I use the terminal card to pounce on you, Nyan. This game is only about 10% luck. The rest depends entirely on the Rhinet's strategy and ability. And Ferris has the power to read people's minds, or emotions at least, so it's easy for her to see through my plays. Her power is truly overwhelming. She tears apart my carefully thought out plan, defeating me easily. Ugh, another loss. It's 19 losses out of 19 matches. I'm a disgrace to mad scientists everywhere. I was able to learn the rules of the 19 matches, but I'm still nowhere near tournament level as a player. Was I really on the same caliber as Ferris on this world line? I suddenly see a frown spread across Ferris's face. Koyama, you really did forget right outside of one, yeah? It didn't feel like Koyama lost his memories for real until now. I didn't think you would be this poopy, yeah? Well, excuse me for being poopy. Did Koyama ever forget everything about Ferris too, yeah? Not everything, I just don't have a single memory of us as a couple. Yeah. Ferris grows more and more downhearted. Now she's on the verge of tears. That means you don't love me anymore, yeah? Then there's only one thing to do. Ferris suddenly stands up with both fists clenched. I'll make you buy you a member, yeah? Ferris approaches with bloodshot eyes, her fingers wriggling lasciviously. Are you going to assault me? That's certainly an option, yeah, but this is my first time, so I want to do it gently, yeah. Calm down, if it's the first time, then how the hell will my body remember it? Suddenly Ferris gets on all fours. She raises her back a little, exactly like a cat ready to pounce. Papa and Mama went overseas, yeah. Kuroki's gone home too, yeah. We have this whole apartment to ourselves, yeah. She approaches slowly. What will you do, yeah? Even without your memories, can you really resist me, yeah? I won't be tempted, cat girl. I don't know what I should do in a situation like this. I can't think clearly. Koyama. Finally, Ferris blasts off. If I dodge, Ferris is sure to fall flat on her face. That's how fast she's going. So to prevent that, I catch her in my arms. Ah, here's where I lose my virginity. Farewell, virginity. I would have preferred you to give it away, rather than have it taken by force. But oh well. All I can do now is prepare myself. Suddenly, Ferris falls silent. Ferris? When I look down, she's pressing her face against my chest, muffling her sobs. You're not remembering. It hurts so much now. The person that you became something I don't know. I can't remember how things did together from before, but you have no recollection. I can't bring those memories back. It hurts so much. I wish I'd lost my memory too, yeah? Ferris's words hit me like a blow. I feel exactly the same way. The Ferris I knew is gone forever. So Mayuri, Daru, and Kurisu. This world line closely resembles mine. Nothing is missing, but everything has changed. My memories seem real, and I know that they are. But with no one else to share them, they might as well be a dream. I'm all alone in this world. Alienated, isolated, my friends will never remember me. The events in my memories never happened. But this... I gently embraced Ferris's small head. This is my choice. Your choice? Yeah. The path I chose so that neither Mayuri nor Ferris' dad will die. I won the bet, so in return I have to live with this loneliness, this isolation. Nothing is free, everything has a price. I sacrificed Suzuha's memories to save Mayuri. That's what Suzuha wanted. It's only fair that I give up something myself. So I'm okay with this. Because objectively speaking, I reached my goal. I'm okay. I'm glad I have you, Ferris. I want you to know that. Mayuri and Daru are strangers now. Kurisu has probably returned to America. Without Ferris, without her affection, I don't know what I would have done. I don't remember falling in love. But I'm glad that we did. Koyama. Ferris lifts her face. You're the only person who knows me here, Ferris. As long as we're together, everything will be fine. I hope you'll stay with me, even now. I probably won't get my memories back, but I want to fall in love with you all over again. Koyama, Ferris wants you to take off her cat ears, yeah. Cat ears? Oh, I see. Back to Rumiho mode. I gently take the cat-eared headband off Ferris's head. Her long hair falls down and dangles onto my face. I comb through her hair with my fingers, and Ferris's eyes smiles as soothed by my touch. She really is like a cat. Will you call me Rumiho? This is the second time she's asked me that. I was too self-conscious to say it the first time, but now... Rumiho. Ignoring my inner shyness, I say her name. Yay! Our faces draw close. Will you kiss me? With difficulty we exchange a kiss like hummingbirds pecking at nectar. Then Ferris slowly smiles. Her smile, her lingering tears, her everything is awfully cute. You're my prince, you know? This is the second time she's told me that. I endure the tingling in my body. Is it okay if I still love you? Yeah. Yay! I can no longer return to my original world line. I don't intend to either, because I saved both Mayuri and Ferris' dad. I'll keep living on this world line, and Ferris will be by my side. Thanks for waiting, everybody. Very soon we will start the finals and see once and for all who is Rhinet Access Battler's Grand Champion. I hear cheers. The finals are about to begin. Of course, our opponents are the viral attackers. On the previous world line, Ferris' victory turned into a desperate chase to Akiba. But that's another thing that never happened. Normally, I would have refused to stand here. Since I didn't get my memories back, I could have stepped down and the cheerful cracker would have probably accepted and then proceeded to fight alone. But still, I'm standing here, even though I'm aware I'm a burden. Hyoyama, are you sure you'll be fine, Yang? Ferris turns to me anxiously one last time. I answer with a firm nod. I've decided this is my home now. The story of Hoyo and Koyama of Okabe Rintaro begins here anew. The first line on a blank page. I discard my feelings for the world line that never happened. I lock those memories deep in my heart. In order to live here from now on, I will become this world line's Okabe Rintaro. Besides, the viral attackers are a troublesome opponent, win or lose. I have to protect you from them. Ferris' dad won't come in his limousine to save us this time. I'm the only one who can protect Ferris now. I'm so happy now. Yay! Ferris turns to me, deeply moved, and holds out her hand. Together. Yeah, together. Ferris' hand. My only connection with this world line. I gently take hold of it and squeeze. Credits. Hey. Alright. That was good. I'm glad I checked. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I'm glad I checked. The concerning thing is, okay, well, Moeka is the only one left to, like, refuse their D-mail, but I don't really want to date Moeka. I mean, I think she's cute and all, but I don't really like her. She was very mean and she shot Mayuri. But I'm glad I checked, because I would have had to do this later on anyway. Because as I said last time, or maybe a few episodes ago, I won't release a video of me doing the true ending, or the final ending, or is there a true ending? I don't know. Until I get all the other endings before that. So, I don't know. But yeah, that was good. I mean, you know, bittersweet. Because I really do like Ferris. I like cat girls. But, it's not meant to be. Sorry, I'm just blow my nose. Oh boy. Ay. My friend has told me that I should play Sweet Pull after this. I'm not gonna record that, but I guess I'll play Sweet Pull once I finish with this game. I don't know, what should we talk about while we wait for this to come back? Is it gonna be me with their child again? I better not see another baby. I'm gonna be freaked the fuck out. Okay, we're good. Isolated Jamai's boo. I would freak out. Alright. Back to what we were doing before. Farewell. Farewell, my love. Alright. Up 0.07%. I got the number wrong last time. Endless apoptosis. I don't actually know what apoptosis is. The warmth of Lukako's hand slips away as the vertigo hits me. I'm still at the shrine, but I no longer feel Lukako clinging to my back. I turn around slowly. Lukako just brushing? Yeah. Lukako is standing a short distance away as if to see me off. No tears, just a bewildered smile. My chest feels like it's about to burst. I hold it back. Hey, Lukako. Yes? Yes? You're... I hesitate for a moment, but I have to know. You're a guy, right? Yes? She's gone. As he has returned. Cuter than any girl. Looks good in Miko robes. But he's a guy. I bite my lip. Do you... like me? What? I don't understand. Do you like me? I respect you. He respects me. I don't deserve his respect. But that's not what matters now. Lukako's answer seemed clear, but wasn't. He didn't answer the question. If I change back into a guy, I'll have to hide my feelings for you. Lukako might still like me, even though he's a guy again. However, he'll never speak honestly about those feelings. This is what Lukako decided for himself. It would be wrong to pry any further. Maybe I'm just running away. Maybe I should pry, force him to confront his feelings. But I'm not strong enough to accept the consequences. I'll just end up hurting Lukako. Thanks. You are my disciple, now and forever. Agreed? Yes, of course I am. Bye, Lukako. I look away, unable to bear his shy smile. The world line has changed. Lukako is a guy again. Which means the IBM 5100 should be here at the shrine. On the previous world line, girl Lukako broke the IBM 5100 while cleaning the storehouse. But guy Lukako didn't clean the storehouse. He had never broken the IBM 5100. It's 6:46 p.m. Judging by past experiences, very likely I've averted Mayuri's death for today, but just in case, I should get back to the lab within the hour. Lukako, do you remember breaking in an old computer in the shrine storehouse last year? An old computer? No, I don't remember anything like that. I don't really understand computers. I haven't played with them much. When Lukako was a girl, she trembled when I asked her the same question, and then she forced a smile as if to avoid admitting that she broke the computer. But he's not trembling now. Lukako honestly doesn't know. Go get your father for me. I asked Lukako to fetch his father for me so I can ask him whether or not the IBM 5100 is in the storehouse. An old computer? Yes, I do remember. I'll go check. Please wait a moment. He heads into the storeroom out back, just like on the previous world line. But on the previous world line, the IBM 5100 was no longer in the storehouse since girl Lukako had secretly moved it. How will it turn out this time? Luka's dad returns after about 10 minutes. His expression is grave. That's all the answer I need. Nothing's changed. It's gone. I couldn't find it anywhere. I quickly glance at Lukako's face. Blank, he doesn't seem to know anything. Lukako is innocent, I'm sure of it. The lock to the storehouse is broken. Someone may have stolen it. Okay. Stolen it? It didn't disappear? A thief took it? There's evidence someone dragged something heavy away. That wasn't there at the end of the year cleaning, and the lock wasn't broken when I checked last month. I never expected a thief would break in. Then should we report it to the police? While they discuss what to do, I sigh and consider the situation. This isn't gonna work. The IBM 5100 is still out of reach. There are 2 D-mails left to cancel. Something tells me that if I cancel just one more, I can get back the IBM 5100. But which one? Akabe-san, I don't really understand, but please don't be sad. Just go, it matters not, like you always do. I chuckle. Lukako's so adorable when he's trying to cheer me up. But he's a guy. You're using that phrase wrong, you know. I wave goodbye and leave the shrine. 2 D-mails remain. First, the one I sent to myself with the Lang Lotto and 6 numbers. That one should be easy to cancel. The problem is the other one, the one sent by someone I wish I could forget. Kiryu Moeka. I know the gist of her D-mail since she sent it as part of our early experiments. When Moeka asked to send a D-mail, I agreed under 2 conditions. First, make the contents simple enough that the D-mail's effects be obvious. Second, make the contents public to all lab members. Moeka ended up sending a D-mail to prevent herself from buying a new phone a few days prior. The D-mail was sent to July 31st, an easy date to remember. The question is how it relates to the theft of the IBM 5100. It must be the butterfly effect, as it was with Lukako's D-mail. This time, however, I will not hesitate to do what is necessary. Kiryu Moeka does not deserve my sympathy. That woman and her men have killed Mayuri more times than I can bear to remember. I will show her no mercy. There's just one problem. The cancellation D-mail needs to be sent from Moeka's own phone. I don't think a message from me telling her not to change phones would sway Moeka's intentions in the slightest. I need her phone, but I don't know where to find her. What do I do? I return to the lab and set things up so I can timely at a moment's notice. Fortunately, that isn't necessary. Yeah, I
I'm stuffed. I barely ate today, but I was so I was hungry.
Blah, blah, blah. But is there more tomorrow? Is there more tomorrow?
Yeah, and the day after that too.
Maya just got back from Kamima 30 minutes ago. She and Kurisu, who stayed behind at the lab, have just finished eating cup noodles. It's already past 8, and so far nothing has happened. Mayuri is still alive. Going by the pattern, her death has probably been postponed until about this time tomorrow. Is this the will of some higher being, God, fate, the universe itself? Or is it merely coincidence? That doesn't matter now.
Okie dokie, Mayuri's got an early day tomorrow, so I'm going home.
Mayuri takes a big stretch and starts getting ready to go home. She's been up since 5 this morning. Looks like she plans to wake up early tomorrow too. That reminds me, I haven't seen Daru at all. He's fighting in the Kamima Holy War too, so that doesn't surprise me. Busy checking the spoils, I guess.
Hey guys, why don't you come too?
I'll pass, but my assistant looks like she wants to go. What? Kurisu jumps up at my answer. Hey, don't put words in my mouth. I saw your eyes sparkling while you listened to Mayuri's cosplay stories. Maybe, but no one said anything about going.
Come on, Chris-chan.
I know that Kurisu is an at channeler, but is she an otaku? Not all at channelers are otaku, but she has often hinted at an interest in cosplay. No way, I'd suffocate in a crowd like that.
It's not as crowded on day 2. If you're worried, come in the afternoon. All the public stuff will be sold out though.
Yuko Akabe, you're Mayuri's guardian, aren't you?
No, Mayuri's Okarin's hostage.
Oh, right, that's what it was. Well, you don't want your hostage to escape, do you? Shouldn't you take her along in handcuffs or something? I've got business in Akiba. What do you mean, business? The search for Kiru Moeka. I already sent her an email. We need to talk, and now I'm awaiting her reply. Something tells me it's not gonna work. No answer. I guess it was just an excuse. Christina, we need to talk. Again? Abrupt as usual. What do you mean, again? Nothing.
What you gonna talk about? You two have been really close lately, huh? You're always talking together. Maybe she really wants to join in your secret meetings and stuff.
Don't worry, we've been talking about the time leap machine. It would just be gibberish to you. Not entirely accurate, but not a lie either. Besides, the purpose of this particular discussion is to convince Christina to attend Kamima. Prepare for good news, Mayuri. Mwahaha.
Oh, great! Thanks, Okarin!
Mayuri waits in the lab as I take Kurisu outside. So, Christina, I'm not gonna Kamima. You said again just now. We talked like this before. Just the two of us? Losing your memory now? Does the little mad scientist have an ass... I'm not saying that word. Acetylcholine deficiency? I'm being serious. You're acting weird today. What's going on? Please, I need to know. I mean, yeah, this is like the 5th time you've brought me outside to talk about the time leap machine. Have we talked about my time leaping? For an instant, Kurisu opens her eyes wide in surprise. But then she gives me an angry glare. You're time leaping? I nod. More than a dozen times already. That many? What the hell are you doing? Looks like she doesn't know anything about Lukako or my shifting between world lines. That's only natural. So far I've changed world lines a total of 3 times. Let's call it the first one where Mayuri died Alpha 1. The world line where Ferris and I fought the viral attackers is Alpha 2. The world line where I dated girl Lukako is Alpha 3. And now I'm on Alpha 4. From my perspective, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, and Alpha 3 were undone by my D-mails. But for Kurisu and everyone else on Alpha 4, those world lines were nothing but separate, intangible possibilities to begin with. I guess I have to explain everything again. I sigh heavily, then begin. I think I get it. After I'm done, Kurisu sighs and lightly pats my arm. Don't wear yourself out. It's a disgrace to be comforted by my assistant. Why are you always like that? I'm even trying to be nice. You're really full of yourself, you know. I don't need your sympathy. Everything that happened is my fault. I'm just getting what I deserve. Come to think of it, every time I explain this to you, I always end up hating myself at the end. Okabe. Don't worry about me. Worry about Mayuri. Mayuri will probably die tomorrow. I don't know how it'll happen. If Mayuri stays away from the lab, she can probably avoid running into Moeka and her men. It doesn't matter though, she'll die all the same. All Alpha world lines converge on her death. Escaping the attractor field is the only way to save her. Sorry about this, but I want you to be there when she dies tomorrow tonight. That's why you want me to go to Kamima? There's nothing we can do to prevent her death. Just stay close and tell me when it happens. Once I know, I'll make the time leap. I can't believe there's nothing we can do. It just doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel real. But it's the truth, isn't it? I can see it in your eyes. Are you okay? No, I still haven't saved my... I know, that's not what I meant. Kurusu interrupts me. Are you okay? Are you okay? Sorry, I have to put a little... It's hard, because they really wish they put, like, maybe italics for the text instead of the little shiny thing. I wonder, actually, is that, like, an option? That would be really funny if that was, like, an option in the thing. Wait. No, it's not. I wish they'd put, italics for, like, you know, bolded words, because that's how I do bolded words, but, you know, I guess they just do, like, the gray text. It's very hard to read. I don't follow. You're carrying an awful burden. It's rare for her to look so concerned for me. I told you not to I told you not to worry about me. It's Mayuri you need to worry about. Tomorrow I'm gonna look for Moeka. If Mayuri doesn't die tomorrow, I can postpone the time leap. If Mayuri does die tomorrow, I'll return to the past no matter what. I wish there was some way that Mayuri wouldn't have to suffer. Then why don't you time leap now? I can't plan effectively without knowing the deadline. I don't want to see Mayuri die either, you know. I know how you feel, but you're the only one I can ask. Where did all this trust come from? You're my assistant, after all. Kurusu forces a laugh at my feeble attempt at a joke. You're so full of yourself. We have our plan. This is the most romantic thing he's ever done. That's a lie, actually. He's done some pretty romantic things. Also done some pretty unromantic things. Still angry at him. Kurusu will go to her first Kamima. Mayuri will be so delighted when I tell her the news. I haven't seen Mayuri all day. I'm receiving a mail. Straight up with Mayuri, we headed out the area. Okay, kinda excited. Oh, but people I had no idea would be this crowded. Save me yours. Buddy, go green. I'm heading off now. Alright, good job, guys. I actually got a few extra dialogue when I was skipping through the game to get the Ferris' ending. Instead of calling Mayuri when I'm with Suzuha, I called Kurusu. I forgot her name for a second. And then we had a little subject where we just talked, and Suzuha and Kurusu had like a little like angry rivalry moment. But besides that, nothing else changed, I don't think. I felt bad. I skipped everyone's emails. It was really sad. It made me sad. I haven't seen Mayuri all day. I want to be with her, of course, but that's not possible. Mocha hasn't replied, which means I have to find her myself. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about her. My only clue is Arc Rewrite, the company Moeka supposedly works at. I find it after a quick search online. Sure enough, their business is producing articles for PC magazines. Luckily, their office is here in Akiba. I try calling first, but it goes to voicemail. I guess they're still closed for the Obon holiday. Or maybe it's just a bad time. Looks like I've got no choice but to visit them in person. It's the second day of Kamima and Akiba is deserted. Most of the otaku are lined up at the big site right now. I've experienced the craze of Kamima several times firsthand. It's literal war. It scares me whenever Mayuri goes alone. I can't help but imagine her trampled by a horde of crazed otaku. But in reality, Mayuri is surprisingly quick and tough. I've seen her weave through crowds like you wouldn't believe. Of course, she's the one more likely to get trampled. I can't help but feel sorry for her. Maybe it was wrong to ask her to go. I find the Arc Rewrite office in a fancy-looking building on the outskirts of Akiba. I take the elevator up, but there's nobody there. I lean against the wall and wait. After about 30 minutes, a man dressed in shirt and tie appears. I explain that I'm a relative of Kira Moeka and ask for her contact info. But he gives me an unexpected answer. We don't have an employee by that name. You don't? Damn, I've been tricked! I should have known better. Moeka's working for CERN. Of course your place of employment is fake. Is this the end of the line? Just as I'm about to turn around and leave, the man pounds his hand as if he remembered something. Wait a second, there was a girl who worked here just 2 days before disappearing. I think her name might have been Kiryu. We might still have her resume. I frantically bow my head and ask him to look for it. He's reluctant but acquiesces. The address listed in the resume leads me to a beat-up old apartment. Not the sort of place you'd expect a single young woman to live. I feel a strange unease as I approach the apartment. For some reason, there's a police car parked in front of the complex. Did she shoot herself? She probably didn't shoot herself. And a uniformed officer is standing out front. Oh, she might have shot herself. And one room is the second floor, room 202. Moeka's has a blue sheet covering the door. What's going on here? I walk up to the police officer. Excuse me, did the person who lives here move? Huh? No. Then, are you related? I knew her. You haven't heard? The police officer looks uncomfortable. The bad feeling in my gut is getting worse. What happened? Suicide. Oh, she did kill herself. Oh dear. What? Suicide? But why? When? Yesterday. No way. They took her to Chiyoda 3rd Central Hospital. It doesn't look like she had any relatives. We'll know who to notify. You go see the body? I bow my thanks and leave. You should ask for her phone. That actually probably wouldn't give it to you. They wouldn't give it to you. She's dead? Mocha's dead? What's going on? It doesn't even make sense. Suicide? Mocha, who killed Mayuri in cold blood, committed suicide? Or is this part of the conspiracy? Could her own men have killed her, then made it look like a suicide? Today is the 16th. On Worldline Alpha 1, Mocha raided the lab on the 13th. 3 days have passed since then. Each time I change world lines, Mayuri's death gets pushed back 1 day, so does Mocha's raid. It hasn't happened yet on this world line. So why did she die? I don't get it. This is the first time this has happened. How should I deal with this? What should I do? I squat on the ground and cradle my head in confusion. If Mocha is dead, maybe Mayuri doesn't have to die. No, I don't think Convergence is that kind. Fate demands Mayuri's death. Whenever I try to stop it, something interferes. See the gray text there? Something? Like, come on, man. Do at least, like, bold or italics or something. Or maybe surround it with white. I don't know. True, I'm the one who meddled with the timeline, but haven't I paid the price already? How did all this happen? A few weeks ago, I was just a college student with a severe case of Chunibyo, blah, blah, blah. Save for Mayuri's grandmother, I had never experienced the death of anyone close to me. Death had no place in my life. But how many times have I faced death these past 3 days? More. When you count the loop of... But how many times have I faced death in these past 3 days? More when you count the loops I've made. My heart can't take it anymore. I don't know how much longer I can go on. One more. Just one more D-mail to cancel. If I can just get my hands on Mocha's phone. Time leap. Mocha died yesterday around noon. I can go back to before that happened. The reason she died isn't important. Whether Mayuri's murderer kills herself is of no concern to me. I just need to cancel that D-mail. I don't want an ending with Mocha. Mocha's mean. Upon returning to the lab, I casually look up at the second floor window, and what I see shocks me to my core. What? Electrical discharge? Someone is using the time machine. Who? Mayuri and Daru should be at Kamima. Not even Kurisu should be there. I asked her to escort Mayuri yesterday. Besides, she's against changing the past. So who? The building shakes. The vibration reaches the street. I can't let this happen. The timeline must be tampered with again. I need to stop it now. I race up the stairs to the lab. By the time I get there, the shaking has stopped. I quietly peek into the development room. Nobody's there. The door was unlocked. Anyone could have walked right in. How could we be so careless? The time leap machine is still faintly warm. So somebody did use it. Who? Did they time leap? This is the first time someone else has used the time leap machine. Just to make sure, I checked the X68000. As expected, the history has been erased. The same thing happens when we send a D-mail. There's nothing I can do about this. It worries me, but I have to focus on Moeka. I set up the time leap machine. The maximum leap time is 48 hours. To leap more than that, you need to leap 48 hours and leap again. The 42-inch CRT is on downstairs. That's plain as day, since the discharge phenomenon just occurred. I put on the headgear. Preparations complete. That's strange. Should I really leap now? No, ridiculous. Of course I should. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. Should I leap now? Huh? Okay. Let's try leaping, I guess. I don't know. Please be a bad ending. I don't know. I don't want to get a good ending. I want to get a bad ending. Wow, Wednesday the 11th. That's far back. Suddenly, the empty room is full of familiar faces. Mayuri is sitting on the sofa working on her costumes, rubbing her tired eyes. Daru is at his PC, muttering to himself. Kurisu's in the development room thinking what the phone wave name subject to change. Where's Moeka now? Should I try going to her apartment again? Honestly, I'm afraid to meet her face to face. I don't know what I might do. That woman killed Mayuri. Innocent Mayuri sewing with all she's got. I've seen the blood drain from her body. I've seen the light fade from her eyes. If I see Moeka, will I be able to contain my rage? It doesn't matter. I can't run away. In order to save Mayuri, I must meet with Moeka. I head to Moeka's ratty apartment. No sign of the police this time. Moeka's suicide won't happen for another 4 days. I run up to the iron stairs and stand in front of the door to Unit 202. It's dark. The lights aren't on inside. It's looking anxious. Maybe she's not here.
Coming back to the lab today?
I don't know, but don't worry. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay. I don't usually get mails on bad ends. Maybe this is a good end. I don't know. There's no intercom, so I reluctantly knock on the door. No reply. I try again with the same result. Damn, might as well try the doorknob. It's unlocked. I take a deep breath. This could be a trap. Remember, we're not dealing with an ordinary person. Moeka is around her, an agent of CERN. If I die here, what will happen to Mayuri? Will Kurisu Udara use a time machine to save her? I need to be careful. But at the same time, I can't save Mayuri by doing nothing. So I steel myself, open the door, and peek inside. The apartment is dark, too. It's dark, too dark to see. But I feel someone's presence. I step inside. The apartment is practically empty. Minimal furnishings. Only the barest necessities of life. But there, by the window, is a figure in the moonlight. Oh, a woman is sitting on the floor, her head bowed. There's no one else here. I approach the woman and stare down at her, gritting my teeth in a desperate effort to maintain control. Ever since the first time she killed Mayuri, I've tried my best to avoid thinking about this woman. But now I have no choice. I can't accomplish my goal until I have the answers I need from her. I must obtain the IBM 5100 to escape the Alpha Attractor Field and rescue Mayuri. Kiryu Moeka. I had another name for her once. It hurts to remember. I force it into the back of my mind. Can you hear me? Moeka's fingers twitch. She sluggishly lifts her head, but she doesn't look up. She stares at my feet instead. Oh. She finally speaks in her frail voice. Moeka's always had trouble speaking, but it seems especially severe today. I notice her hair and clothes are disheveled. She looks awful, though. I suppose it's no surprise, given that she kills herself in 4 days. FB? Is it you? FB? I've heard that name before. If I'm not mistaken, that's her superior's code name. Why didn't you contact me? I did everything you told me to. The phone in Moeka's hand glows faintly. She's still clinging to it, I see. Did I do something wrong? I'll fix it, I promise. Just don't abandon me. I'll do anything for you, FB. Please. Answer me. Give me orders. I'll obey. Tell me what to do. Tell me. I'm at a loss for words. I wasn't expecting to find her in such a miserable state. She was so cold, so calm when she killed Mayuri. It's like she's a different person now. Is this another effect of the world line change? But it's only been a week since she sent her email. How could she have changed so much? I get on my knees and shake Moeka by the shoulders. Hey, can you hear me? Hey! FB, why? Well, you answer. Kiryu Moeka, hey, it's me, Okabe! No response. Moeka just keeps crying and mumbling to herself. I shake harder, but she doesn't react. She doesn't even resist. Looking down, I notice that she's typing rapidly on her phone. Bewildered, I look at the screen. What the? What happened to Moeka? From what little I understand, it sounds like she's lost contact with her supervisor, FB. But I don't understand how that could turn Moeka into such a wreck. It doesn't matter, I don't care what happens to her. I'm here for one thing. Recalling my purpose, I reach for Moeka's phone. No! A sharp crack echoes through the room. Moeka slapped my hand away. It didn't hurt, but her reaction was lightning quick. Now Moeka curls up into a ball, hugging the phone tightly to her chest. It was like this from the moment I met her. She never let go of her phone, not even for a second, as if it were the only thing keeping her alive. No. Mails. You mean from FB? No. Mails. I make several more attempts to take her phone while she babbles incoherently, but she just slaps my hand away each time. Next, I tried persuasion. I promised to help her search for FB if she lends me her phone. It's a lie, of course, though to come to think of it, I would have liked a piece of FB too. But that can wait until after I saved Mayuri. But Moeka doesn't buy it if, that is, she heard me at all. Damn it, we're not getting anywhere. Maybe I should take it from her by force. But what if she tries to kill me before I can send the email? In her current state, she might not have the strength to retaliate. On the other hand, if she does retaliate, there's not much I can do against someone with a gun. What should I do? Her gun. Where would she keep it? I quickly scanned the room, but there's no sign of it. Crap, that startled me. Hello? I stand up and move to the entrance, where I can take the call without letting Moeka out of my sight. Where are you? Sorry, I'm busy. Is it a woman? Is it woman? You're with a woman, aren't you? Is that the first thing that comes to mind? You really are a mainstream girl. Shut up. You promised you'd help with the phone wave, remember? Or is your lab mem number just for show? Get Dara to help, I can't do it today. What are you doing? Where are you? See, that one's more clear. The bolded letters. Kiryu Moeka's apartment. So you are with a woman? You're the worst. Did you not met Moeka on this world line? I quickly gave Kurusu a simplified version of the usual explanation. Kurusu listens attentively as she always does. Maybe she's more considerate than I give her credit for. As soon as I finish, Kurusu gives it to me straight. You have to take it from her by force. You've seen too many Hollywood movies. You're up against an agent of CERN. Play nice and you could end up dead. Don't hesitate. Remember, you're doing this to save Mayuri. I know you're pretty weak and scrawny, but you should be able to handle her at her current state. Gee, thanks. At least she's not beating around the bush. Suddenly, she lowers her voice. You might think I'm a monster for saying this. Not that I care what you think, but kill her if you have to. You're a monster. But you're not a hypocrite, and that's what I love about you, Christina. Love? What's the matter with her now? I mean it. I wish my conviction were as strong as yours. Well, thanks. But that's not all, right? There's a reason you're willing to suggest murder as an option. How'd you reach that conclusion? Good, you're still thinking. I can't be certain whether your story is true, and I don't quite understand this attractive field hypothesis. But based on what you told me, if this Kiryu woman commits suicide 4 days from now, then that means her death flag is already active. In other words, this world line has approved her death. On previous world lines where that wasn't the case, you probably couldn't have killed her. Even if you tried, something would have happened to prevent it. Or possibly, killing her would have caused a dramatic shift in world line divergence. But on this specific world line, her death is already certain. As you've experienced with Mayuri's death, the result is what matters, not the process. I believe the same applies to Kiryu. It doesn't matter how she dies. In other words, I can kill her instead of letting her commit suicide? She's already gonna die, so that makes it okay. That's the kind of argument a murderer would make. Don't be a hypocrite. We're not talking about right and wrong here, Okame. She's unforgiving as always, but it actually feels nice to speak frankly like this. But what about the law? Even if fate forgives me, society won't. As long as you have the time machine, you can undo anything, even murder. The result will be that you gained the necessary information without killing anybody. I understand. Phew, just remembered one thing. You're responsible for what you do. I guess that's quite a thing for me to say, huh? After telling you to kill her? It's fine. Your advice was truly becoming a mad scientist. Get it done, Okabe. Bye. She hangs up without another word. Strangely, I find Kurusu's harsh tone encouraging. She thinks she is. General? I manage to smirk as I close my phone. Moeka's still sitting on— I almost said shitting. Sitting on the floor. Kill her if you have to, Kurusu said. Moeka did the same to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. Kill her or let her live. It's my choice, my responsibility. Even after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I mustn't ever forget. That's what Kurusu meant when she spoke of responsibility. Murder is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. Can you understand that, Kiryu Moeka? I reach for Moeka's phone. This time there's no hesitation. No! Moeka resists. I grab her slender hand and pin it to the window. Alright, I don't know. Please move the camera. I don't want to see this. Glass rattles from the force, but thankfully it doesn't break. On the other hand, I pry the phone away from Moeka's chest. She drives her foot straight into my solar plexus. The breath explodes from my lungs. I gasp for air. In a fit of anger, I raise my hand to strike. But at the last moment, I hesitate. Damn, what happened to killing her if I had to? I know we're past the point of playing nice, but I've never hit a girl in my life. I don't consider myself a model gentleman or anything, but the idea that men aren't supposed to hit women is such a strong part of my common sense that it stayed my hand almost like an instinct. So instead, I wrap my hand around Moeka's neck and squeeze. Dude, what the fuck? She tries to kick me again. I pin her legs under my own. I squeeze harder, my fingers dig into her throat. She struggles for breath. I feel her throat moving as she gasps for air. Okay. Okay. I can finally see my reflection in her tear-reddened eyes. Now I have your attention. Mocha's under control, but now I don't have a free hand to take her phone. If I loosen my grip on her throat even slightly, it'll turn into a struggle again. Mocha's hiding her phone behind her back now. I need that phone. Should I let go of her hand or her neck? Give me your phone. Mocha weakly shakes her head. If you don't, I'll kill you. I wonder if I even can. I can undo it with the time loop machine. It'll be the perfect crime, one that never happened. But still, do I really need to have it in me to murder someone? I don't know, but I have to try. Hand it over, or I'll kill you. No words leave Mocha's lips, just rough breathing. Stalemate. Neither of us shows the other any openings. We're practically motionless, but our breathing is ragged. It's taken all my strength just to pin her down. Our breath breathing echoes through the room. For a moment, it even seems to synchronize. This is getting me nowhere. I remove my hand from her neck, then use my entire left arm to pin her against the wall and guillotine choke. She starts groaning in pain. My right hand has her left hand up against the glass. Now I pull her hand down to transfer it to the grip of my left hand. Now after my right hand is free, I slide it behind her back and go searching for her phone. I have to lean in close to do this. I press my body up against hers. Pain explodes in my jaw. I lean back. Mocha is providing another headbutt. I put more strength into the guillotine choke to stop her. Mocha's face twists into pain as she struggles to escape my grasp. My guillotine choke seems to be working. She doesn't have the strength to resist. If I push any harder, she really might die. I push harder. Okay. There you go, alright. Mocha writhes in pain, tears fall from her eyes, and drool from her mouth. As the resistance weakens, my right hand finds Mocha's phone. She still has it in a tight grip, but I manage to tear it away. I quickly release Mocha and step away. She bends over and coughs violently, but she still reaches out to me with tears in her eyes. She wants her phone back. I don't care. I look at the screen. It shows an email draft with a string of FBs entered. I cleared the text and start typing a new mail, but her phone's different from mine, so I don't quite know how to use it. Let's see. Startled, I look to see Mocha staggering to her feet. She's like a goddamn zombie. I quickly run outside and close the door behind me. Then I lean my entire body weight onto it so she can't open it from the inside. The doorknob rattles and she tries to open the door. Then she starts pounding on the inside. It's a good thing doors in Japan open out. You wouldn't see this in a Hollywood movie. That's true, I was about to say the same thing. Anyway, I have her phone. Now I just need to pretend to be Mocha and send the cancellations email. Mocha's changes the password canceled, the world line will change. The IBM 5100 will come back to me. And then we'll hack into CERN. Mission complete. Fate won't have my area this time. Victory will be mine. This is Makise. Get ready for a D-mail. Okay, but what's that noise? I'm having a little trouble here. So you didn't kill her? Good job. I tell her Mocha's address. It's ready. And Mayuri? Still here. She's at the Bronze Tube Workshop trying to get the manager to turn on the CRT. You didn't tell her anything, did you? About her death? Of course not. Good, don't hang up yet. I put my phone down and resume typing into Mocha's phone. Computer guide at 8. The middle-aged lady comes out of the apartment next door. Our eyes meet, so I put on a forced smile. The lady grins mockingly before going back inside. I wonder what she was thinking. Maybe she thought it was a lover's quarrel. Model change, do it now, before sold out. In the mail I write, model change, do it now, before sold out. Mocha's email said don't change models. The desire for limited edition, hard to find products is hard-coded into Japanese DNA, appealing to that instinct should work. The insistent pounding on the door grows louder, and now I hear groaning from the other side. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is her phone really that important to her? But I've already won. All I have to do is send the D-mail. I'll never forgive you, Mocha, but at least our relationship ends here. Let this be the last time we meet. I raise the phone to the eye level, take a deep breath. It ends now. I press send. Huh? No vertigo, no dizziness, nothing. Reading center didn't activate. What? Why? Why didn't the world line change? Did the phone fail to function? I bring my own phone back to my ear. Curse is still on the line. Well? Did you send it? Yes, did it work? The discharge is occurring as normal. So it worked, right? Definitely. The world line didn't change. You mean it failed? Why? Consider the possibilities. Maybe the message wasn't enough to persuade Moeka to change models. Could we have sent it to the wrong date? It's July 31st, I'm sure of it. Check when the original D-mail arrived. Maybe her reaction will change if the new one arrives just after that. What a pain. Pounding on the door has ceased. Did she finally give up? She's gonna shoot you in the head. No, she wouldn't give up. Did she plan to climb out the window and loop around? But we're on the second floor. That would be quite a feat. She'd still have some time left. Pressing the different messages. If that doesn't work, I'll adjust the timer. You're a lifesaver. What's going on there? Is Mr. Braun freaking out? I can hear him shouting from below, hushing in my ear trying to calm him down, but who knows how long that'll last. I don't think there's much time left. Put my phone in my pocket without hanging up. GG01 rocks. I changed message and sent another email. Something. But still nothing happens. Change now, your phone is cursed. I make another one send. No good. Why? What am I doing wrong? I'd like to ask Moeka, but if I go back inside now, she'll probably just attack me. Which reminds me, she's been awfully quiet. What is she doing now? Maybe she really did go out the window. Hey, if she changed her phone, does that mean it's not coming from her phone anymore? I look around, I don't see her anywhere. Think, why didn't the D-mail work? I wipe the sweat from my brow. My entire body is soaked. It must be the adrenaline. What if Moeka changed addresses when she got a new phone? I pick up my phone. Are you there? Still not working? I tried 2 more times, but nothing. I frantically consider my options as I stare hard at Moeka's phone. The walkway is dim, but Moeka's gaudy purple phone shines in the faint light. Wait. I take another good look at the phone. There's something wrong here. What is it? Okabe, what's wrong? Gaudy purple. Latest model. Removable LCD screen. Model number GG01. My eyes tell me there's nothing wrong. I saw this phone when Moeka sent her Gmail, and many times before. She was never without it. It's the same. Nothing has changed. Nothing changed. Huh? What hasn't changed? Why hasn't it changed? Why is it the same as before Moeka sent her Gmail? Moeka's Gmail said don't change models. She should have a different phone when she sent it. But she didn't. It was the same phone I'm holding right now. There's only one explanation. She never changed models to begin with. No way. She lied to me. Moeka's Gmail wasn't about her phone. That explains how it affected the iPhone 5100. It also explains why my cancellation emails aren't working. That sneaky little... The door violently shakes behind my back. It's much stronger than before. She must be ramming something hard and heavy against the door. I quickly move away from the door. The door shakes again. I can see the frame starting to warp. She's crazy! I suppose I should be thankful she doesn't have a gun, but honestly, this is terrifying enough. It chills my blood to think of what her face must look like now. I've never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. You should run, but unfortunately I can't run away. Why not? I need to face Moeka again and wring the information out of her. I don't think you should, like, run it back. You should time it back a few hours, because she's about to kick your ass. Both Ferris and Lukiko remembered their emails. With prodding, Moeka will remember too. I need that information. Crap. I don't want to go in there. My teeth are shattering. This is pathetic. I thought I'd won when I snatched her phone, but now my advantage is gone. Okabe, answer me! Christina? What's that pounding? Are you okay? Moeka's email wasn't about a model exchange. What do you mean? She must have changed the text right before we sent it. That's why the cancellation mails aren't working. Did you check her history? It might still be there. Her arrival history. Of course, even if it's not in her send history, it should be in her arrival history. I glare at the purple phone in my hand. It's a good thing Moeka didn't change phones. Now I know exactly where the email went. I should have thought of that. Checking now. Check fast. For a second there, I thought it would be easy. I should have known better. Moeka's not a casual phone user. Her mailbox is literally hundreds of entries over the last week, almost all from FB. Some of my mails are sprinkled in. I don't have time to search through each of these mails, even just subject lines. Not to mention the pen on the door is freaking me out. Christina, I seem to be in a spot of trouble. If I fail, I'm leaving the rest to you. Don't be ridiculous. If you're in trouble, then get out of... I hang up. The lady next door comes out again, alarmed by the escalating noise. She glares at me. But when she sees the magnitude on the door's damage, the lady opens her eyes in shock and runs back inside. I'm not leaning against the door anymore. Mocha could just open it, but she hasn't realized that. She's so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy her own door. In any case, I don't have time to check her mail history. I put the phones in my pockets and moved to the side of the door. I carefully grip the doorknob and wait for the interval between bangs. Now! I yank the door open. A coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing. Her screech raises hairs all over my body. She's standing in the entrance like a revenant at the gates of hell. I step back. My knees tremble. But then I remember what I'm here to do. I gather my resolve, enter the room, and close the door behind me. Or at least I try. The door's bent and won't fully close. I give up unlocking it. Give it back! Mocha glares at me, shaking with fury. First, I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command, who would break her own door just down just to retrieve her phone. It's too dangerous to let her be. I'm stronger. I just need to get her on the ground. I think you're gonna get your throat punched. There's no time. It's now or never. Crushing my fear, I charge Mocha at full speed. Our bodies collide. Mocha tries to twist away, but I grab her clothes and use my momentum to push her to the floor. Back of her head hits the floor. Ooh! Her resistance weakens. She doesn't know how to break a fall. Some secret agent. I quickly straddle her waist. Now she's mine. Give it back. Mocha flails her arms and legs wildly. I should have known she wouldn't give up. Her fist strikes my jaw. Fortunately, Mocha is weak. The blow does little damage. I still need to stop her from struggling. First, her hands. I start with her left. I grab her wrist and pin it to the floor. A fist flies towards my face. It pops against my left eye, blanking my vision for a second. She seems to stop struggling for a moment. Her hand clasps weakly at the air, but it turns out that she was reaching for my hair. She grabs it hard. I feel several strands tear free from my scalp. I get a grip on Mocha's face and press her head against the floor. She tries to bite my fingers, so I pull my hand back. I grab the hand that's grabbing my hair and dig my nails into her wrist. She still doesn't let go of my hair. All the while, her feet are pounding against my back. She's also trying to free her left hand. I can't take much more of this. Why you? I instinctively headbutt Mocha with all my strength. The sickening sound of bone against bone echoes inside my head. The impact makes me dizzy too, but I fight it. Mocha goes limp and opening. Finally, I succeed at pinning down both her hands. She's looking great. Her glasses fell off at some point during the struggle. Her red, swollen eyes give her an even more demented look. There's an angry bump on her forehead where I headbutted her. That hurt, you crazy bitch. She spits at me. The lukewarm saliva hits my face. Ugh. I want to wipe it off, but my hands are full. Mocha glares at me. There are tears in her eyes, perhaps from the pain. Eye contact. Good, we're making progress. Mocha breaks free eye contact when I mention it. She stares at my pocket. She must have caught a glimpse of her purple. I'm not giving it back. I smile scornfully. I'm not letting you escape into your own little world again. You don't have that right. Give it back. Come and get it. Mocha tries again to free her hands. I lean in hard to keep them pinned. My strength and position are superior, so Mocha accomplishes nothing. Next, she struggles to free her body, same result. I clamp my thighs firmly around her hips and hold her down. She occasionally knees me in the back, but I can bear that pain. Not enough to make me forfeit this position. Please stop zooming in on her boobs. I get it. I can keep this up as long as I have to. Who's gonna tire out first? Mocha, without a doubt. I don't do sports or anything, so I'm not that strong. But I'm on top. I don't need to expend much energy to keep her pinned. Why did you take it? Give it back Give it back! Keep screaming. She can scream and spit all she likes. Nothing will make me give up this position. I don't care about your phone issues. I don't care about it. I don't care about FB. Mocha shakes her head violently. She's just wasting her energy. I maintained position and stared at Moeka. You don't kill honor in this world, and in the worldlands where you did have already been erased. But I remember everything you did, everything that never happened. I'll never forget that you killed Mayuri, and I'll never forgive you. There's no escape for you today. We're gonna stay here as long as it takes. Until now, I've always run away from facing Moeka, but I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her email said. So let's be honest with each other, huh? Moeka is still struggling. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. Let me go. I'll tear your fucking eyes out. So you can talk without your phone. I'm impressed. You piece of shit. I'll cut you with a kitchen knife. I'm a mad scientist. Dissection is my specialty. I help. I'm being raped. This woman's out of control. Does she want another head button that badly? A knock sounds from the door. Mocha and I both look at the door in surprise. Hello? This is Nisha from next door. Is everything okay? Do you need the police? If not, then could you please keep it down? The walls here are pretty thin. Damn, I didn't think about that. I can't ever call in the police. He's going to kill me. Mocha suddenly screams. No, stop it. Don't kill me. You bitch. What now? I need to silence Mocha somehow. But I can't use either hand. There's only one way. Call the police. I suddenly press my lips against Mocha's. Yay. Okay. Sure. Who gives a shit anymore? I don't care. Whatever. My loveless kiss shuts her up quite effectively. I lock eyes with her as well, trading glares in silence. Kids these days. I finally hear the neighbor's footsteps recede. What a relief. Yeah, she's gonna bite your tongue. I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. Blood drips from my mouth and lands on Mocha's neck. She bit me! When I feel around my lip with the tip of my tongue, the taste of blood spurts out from the laceration. Mocha's breathed wildly as she glares at me with tearful eyes. Don't act like it's your first time. You're older than me, remember? She grimaces and looks away. Her pink lips glisten with saliva. I might find the sight alluring if the situation were different. Mocha turns her face away and looks up through the open curtains at the bright full moon outside the window. How much time has passed? Feels like it's already been dozens of hours. But it's still night outside, so it probably hasn't been more than 1 or 2. We're just sitting like this. Mocha hasn't said a word since I kissed her. She hasn't tried to escape either. Her expression is blank. She's just staring off to the side. What is she looking at? I follow her gaze, but the only thing there is a half-empty bottle of water. Is she giving up? Either way, I can't let my guard down. Maybe it's the stress, but it feels like my body is gonna numb. Please stop zooming in on her boobs. I don't like this. And I've been drenched in sweat for a while now. This room has no air conditioning whatsoever. The heat is starting to get to me. I thought I had an overwhelming advantage in this position, but it's harder to maintain than I expected. Not only do I have to keep Mocha pinned, I also have to keep a close eye on her so she doesn't try anything. All Mocha has to do is lie there. She can rest and try again whenever she's ready. Will this last all night? At this rate, my strength might give out first. Fear mounts. If she escapes, she's gonna try to kill me. She must have her gun somewhere, I'm sure. I consider calling Kursu for help, but I can't use either hand, and I don't even know what time it is. Damn, it's almost like I'm the one trapped. No, stay positive. You can do this. Mocha's dependent on her phone. That's her weak point. If I keep her separated from her phone, then sooner or later, her will to resist should collapse. It's a matter of whose strength will fail first. Okay. Good. Suddenly, Mocha calls my name. What do I have to do? Now she's trying to ask nicely. Does this mean she's given up? This is what I was waiting for, and now I move in for the kill. Do you remember sending a D-mail? What? A D-mail, an email that you sent in the past. You sent one to your own phone. You led me to think it was about a phone model exchange, but you changed your text before you sent it. Her typing speed is lightning fast. It would have been easier for her to type a mere 36 characters while Dara and I were preoccupied with the phone we have names that did to change. Your Gmail changed the past. Don't you remember? Normally, once the past changes, everything until that point is undone. But it should be possible to make Moeka remember, just as Ferris and Lukako did. I don't know. You do know, you just haven't remembered yet. Remember, or else. Else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moeka, but I have another plan to make her remember. Moeka turns away again and bites her lip. Tears start falling from her eyes. I watch, and everyone's taking my eyes off her. I didn't notice before now, but her shirt must have become undone during the struggle. No, shut up. I could see her alluring curves on her collarbone, the skin of her large pale breasts, the hint of a sexy underwear. Her breasts have been heaved with each painful breath. Okay, the base of her neck is stained with blood from my lip. It's dry like a scab. Normally, Moeka could be mistaken for an elegant, beautiful woman. But now she has large shadows under her eyes, her skin is rough, her face is pale. She looks more intoxicated than intoxicating. Her entire body reeks of death. She's clearly insane. It's the real Moeka. I wish I'd realized sooner. I really don't know. If I could remember, I would. But I don't remember anything. Moeka's gaze shifts constantly from me to the ceiling and then to the window, but her slow murmuring is evidence that she's almost beat. Just a little more, and her resistance will end. Fine, I'll change the question. You received a strange email about 2 weeks ago. Huh? It came from your own number and it was dated several days in the future. Huh? Moeka's eyes open wide. Gotcha. You remember? Good, that was the D-mail. What did it say? If I tell you, I'll return your phone. Fuck. You. She suddenly curses at me. I won't tell you. Why not? It's mission. Her mission? I recall what Moeka told me on a previous world line. The Rounder's mission is to find and acquire IBM 5100s. In that case, the IBM 5100. Eh. She fell into my trap. Her reflexive response was all I needed to see. It was about the IBM 5100. How much do you know? I'm asking the questions here, just answer. I can't. I won't betray FB. So you're choosing FB over your phone? How loyal. But Myra's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. Moeka still hasn't calmed down. I'm sure Myra will really love all the things you've done, like raping a woman. This is sexual assault. You did sexual assault on a woman. And I guess this is probably the canon ones, which means I have to go back to that save point I made a few minutes ago. Moeka still hasn't calmed down. She's been opening and closing her hands for a while now. She's not trying to escape my restraint, she's just twisting her body. Licking her lips, shaking her head, trying to brush the hair off her face. It's like she's suffering from withdrawal without her phone. Soon she won't have the mental fortitude to resist. If you won't talk now, then I'll just wait until she will. Is it really that painful to not have your phone? Why are you so dependent on it? I can't talk to people. You're talking right now, aren't you? And when she attacked the lab, she was leading a squad of hardened killers. But Moeka shakes her head violently. If I can't use mail, then I'll be off from the world. What? Are you fishing for sympathy? You're just afraid of being abandoned by the Rounders, aren't you? No. The Rounders. FB. That's the same thing, isn't it? Then don't say the world. You're the one who killed an innocent girl. You're the one who erased Mary from the world. Kill her. Not on this world line, maybe, but on another world line, you came to steal our time machine. You killed her. You killed Mayuri. On the world line where I interrogated Moeka, she told me that Mayuri was expendable. It didn't matter to CERN whether she lived or died. If FB told me to, then yes, I killed her. Who is FB? Where the hell is he? I asked her the same question back then, but another Rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me she won't have backup this time. Moeka's position in the Rounders has changed. I can't tell you. Then let me tell you something. Listen good, if you're holding out for backup, you can forget it. Nobody's coming to save you, the pain and despair you are just gonna get worse, and in 4 days you'll kill yourself. Moeka seems startled by this. I go in for the kill. I came here from the future, using the time machine CERN wants so badly. That's how I know. You kill yourself in this room all alone. Your precious FB doesn't save you, no one does. Not the Rounders, not Saren, and not the Committee of 300. Your boss hasn't replied to your mails, has he? You know why? Because you've been abandoned. Oh no, she's crying. This is terrible. I don't like this one. This feels really wrong. I don't like this. This is, Mocha's face contorts in despair. Once again, tears fall from her eyes. Guilt squeezes my heart. I know what I'm causing this. I know that I'm causing this woman pain. Inside of me, a voice whispers that it's nothing compared to what she did to Mayuri, that I have no reason to show mercy to a murderer. But at the same time, my consciousness screams that it's wrong to hurt someone, no matter who they are or what they've done. Say mad scientist my ass. You're afraid to hurt I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. I'm nothing but a hypocrite. We just deserve your loyalty. Tell me everything. I ignore the ache in my heart and push harder. But Moeka shakes her head violently. FB wouldn't betray me. FB wouldn't abandon me. Then why do you kill yourself in 4 days? You kill me. Make it look like a suicide. I wouldn't need to cover it up if I killed you. I'd just undo your death with my time machine. When I got here, you were sitting in the corner like a limp rat, crying about how FB wouldn't answer, remember? But how many days has it been? How often did FB contact you before, and when did it stop? Keep the questions coming. Need to pile on the pressure. It used to be every day, but it's already been 10 days. 10 days with no contact, correct? Mocha looks up with pleading eyes. I won't betray FB. FB betrayed you. I believe in FB. He threw you away. FB used you. FB used you, and now your usefulness is ended. FB isn't like that. Then what sort of person was he? She was gentle to me, like a mother. I finally had a place I belonged. Like a mother? If he is a woman? I expected an evil-looking old man like you see in the movies, but I guess I was wrong. I talked to her about my worries. She always replied by her right away. A friend, but gentle and accepting. Have you met her? Mocha shakes her head weakly. You haven't met, even though she's like your mother? Your friend? Damn, if they had met, then I could have gotten Mocha to lead me to her. Rounders must hide their identities from one another. So you've taught, but you've never met? But you must have wanted to meet her, right? Even if it was against the rules? No. It would ruin her everything. Without the real me. Did she ever say she wanted to meet you? No. Never. And I never asked. So no phone calls either, then. Mocha turns away, then she nods faintly. Did you wonder why? Why would such a kind, gentle woman refuse to meet you in person? Was it really just the rules? Why isn't she returning your emails now? Think about it. She was using you. You were tricked. Don't say that. She's not like that. What did her last email say before she stopped contacting you? Cabin 5100, the designated location. Cabin 5100? Mocha, you fool, you let your tongue slip. 2 weeks ago, FB told me to leave the Cabin 5100 at a drop point. That means she already had it in her possession at the time. I recall Mocha kept bombarding me with questions about the Cabin 5100. I might have to let it slip that I found the computer at Yanabayashi's shrine. After that, she sent her email. The world line changed. The lock was broken on the shrine's storehouse door. The IBM 5100 was gone. These facts point to one conclusion. She sent herself to the location of the IBM 5100. Now that I know, it seems so obvious. If only I hadn't trusted Moeka. If only I'd seen through her lies. But no, I played right into her hands. I was the tool's tool. I almost burst into self-deriding laughter, but I desperately hold it back and keep a straight face. What was the designated location? Coin locker in front of Daibaru. Oh, the coin locker in front of Daibaru. Wait, isn't that where Lukako hit the IBM 5100 on the previous world line? Is this another effective convergence? Can I retrieve the IBM 5100 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. Remember what happened with Lukako. The invisible force of convergence is keeping the IBM 5100 away from me. If I want to get it back, I need to cancel Mocha's D-mail. I know the message. I've already reached my goal. Mocha starts crying softly. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Mocha's body. She's gonna punch you. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. Is she just gonna sit there? I take Mocha's phone out of my pocket. I'm using your phone. Mocha slowly gets up. She wipes her tears and fixes her hair and clothes. Her wavy hair obscures her face from this angle, so I can't make out her expression. She doesn't react to what I said. Even though I'm no longer restraining her, she doesn't try to attack me and take back her phone. I open Mocha's mailbox and search for the D-mail. It takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. 3 emails from Mocha's phone, each 12 characters long, sent on August 4th and received on July 31st. Retro PCs at Yanabayashi Shrine. Just as I suspected, Mocha changed her D-mail in the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send this cancellation email. Okabe? You at the lab? Don't worry me like that, idiot. What, were you worried about me? I mean, you set off an obvious death flag. I'm surprised you're still alive. Where are you now? I'm sitting by at the lab. Set the machine. I'm sending another email. Destination? July 31st, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on the 31st. Do not go. Not at Shrine. It's a trap. While Kurisu calculates the hours to type the mail, it says, do not go. Not at Shrine. It's a trap. I addressed the mail to the phone wave and set it to change. Okay, I'll set. Alright, activate it. Activated. I press the send button. The mail starts sending. Reading center should have activated. This time for sure. I brace myself for the incoming vertigo. Well? Nothing. Why won't it change? Another mistake? No, there's no way I know what Mocha's message said. This email should have cancelled it. Why isn't it working? What the hell's wrong with this time? What did the first email say? That the item 5100 was at Yanabayashi Shrine. I tried to cancel by telling her it's a trap, but it didn't work. I'll try to phrase it differently. Wait, we went through this with the Lotto 6 experiment, remember? Lotto 6 experiment. I sent myself the winning numbers, but the pass-fee didn't buy the ticket. Instead, he gave the winning numbers to Lukako. The person who reads the email chooses whether or not to act accordingly. Kiryu learned that the item 5100 was at the shrine, though the cancellation mail came right afterwards. I guess she ignored it and went anyway. Maybe she didn't believe the cancellation mail, or maybe it was so diligent she decided to check it out even when told not to. I glance at Mocha. She's still hanging her head, but her tears have run dry. I wonder if she's listening. Damn, even when told it was too risky to go to the shrine, she went anyway. We need a more persuasive message, something that will prevent her from going to the shrine. Like what? That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? Or should we consider other possibilities? What if I send a demo to myself on July 30th? Could I beat her to the item 5100? Were you even interested in the item 5100 then? When did I start caring about the item 5100? I can't remember. Fine, that's out. So how do I convince Mocha to listen? At that moment, an electric shock runs through my brain. 2 initials. FB. What? Mocha's handler. She's obsessed with FB. If the mail comes from FB, she'll do whatever it says. Do you have FB's phone? No, they haven't even met. We don't know where FB is. Then there's nothing we can do. Give me a little time. Gonna make me wait again? Well, I've been pulling all-nighters recently, so whatever. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? So even after prying answers out of Mocha, there's still more work to be done. Fate really seems to love getting in my way. Alright, to break out of this world line, I need FB's identity and location. I call Mocha's name. When she finally looks up, I drop her phone onto her lap. She accepts it with a confused expression. Looks like we're searching for FB now. Mocha grips her phone, but she doesn't look at the screen. I sigh deeply. I need to get as much information on FB out of her as I can. How exactly did you become around her? Honestly, I couldn't care less. I hate having to stand here and talk with the woman who killed my Uri. Hugging her phone to her chest, Mocha retrieves her glasses and puts them back on. 4 years ago, I tried to kill myself. Her voice is barely audible, whisper. For a moment, I'm surprised she's not talking by mail. I wanted to get away from everything. Why? No big reason. Her expression is blank, lifeless like always, but behind her glasses her eyes are red from crying. They are the only trace of emotion on her doll-like face. Little things. Little things. Up. I've always been like this. And your family? Mocha shakes her head a little. She has none, I guess. I don't bother asking whether she ever had parents. It doesn't really matter. Locked myself in my room and overdosed on sleeping pills. Didn't die. Afterwards, I got a mail. Recruiting rounders. It said it was sent to hundreds of people, not just me. Isn't that spam? Do the rounders really recruit like that? Nothing mattered anymore. So on a whim, I replied. Then B contacted me. Ever since followed B's orders. Were you always stationed in Akiba? Mocha shakes her head. Till 3 months ago, I was in Nagoya. Before that, Yokohama. Before that, the Rounder's chief duty is to acquire IBM 5100, so I guess they had her traveling all over Japan, taking up info on retro PCs. How many IBM 5100s have you found so far? Not even one. No results. It sounds like Certain is spending a lot of effort for not much return. I sighed deeply once again. So what now? Are you going to sit here wallowing in despair until you kill yourself 4 days from now? Or do you want to rebel against fate? Rebel? Even as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. The Worldline has already approved her death. She's in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. I know that, and yet I ask the question. Let me use you and throw you away. Accept it, and then ask yourself what you're going to do about it. Mocha looks down. Even if he did use me, that was the only place I belonged. That was the first time in my entire life that was needed. He gave me purpose. To protect that purpose. To protect FB. I would do anything. You're beyond hope. I stand up. John, your depends for all I care. Your death has already been decided. But I won't let fate have its way. I'm rebelling to the end. No matter what, I will save Mayuri. Just a little bit more. I can't give up now. It's midnight, and Akiba is practically empty. I should end soon. The silence is eerie. There's no sign of anyone near the coin locker. Considering the IBM 5100 size, it couldn't fit in the regular sized lockers. She must have put it in one of the 3 large lockers on the right. Lights on. The bottom locker is still in use. Is the IBM 5100 inside? My heart starts pounding on my chest. I feel my face grow hot with excitement. We've been apart for far too long, my partner, but now only a thin locker door separates us. Is this what love feels like? Let's not go too crazy. I forced myself to consider the situation calmly. Is the IBM 5100 really inside? I want to check right this instant. I can't believe I forgot to ask Moeka what locker she used. Should I get a crowbar or something to pry the locker open? If the IBM 5100 really is inside, then I'll see it. Steal it. What will happen to the world line? I bet to cancel all the D-mails, which I thought was the only way to restore the original world line. But now the IBM 5100 is so close, why can't I just reach out and take it? I know how to cancel Moeka's D-mail, so I can always do that if this doesn't work. Let's try it, just to make sure. First, I make a quick visit to the lab. I ignore the complaints of the lab mems who stayed awake at the lab all night. I retrieve a makeshift crowbar from the development room. Then I return to the lockers and thrust the pointed tip of the crowbar into the crack of the door. Yeah. Huh? Of course. Just as I begin to pry it, shrill siren shatters the night. I look to see the red lights of the patrol car coming this way. The timing couldn't be worse. The police release me after about 30 minutes of scolding. I return to the coin locker and try to pry it open again. Immediately, another patrol car appears. This time, they take me to the police station. I'm stuck in the interrogation room all night, getting preached to by this policeman. I conclude that this is another effective attractive field convergence. No matter what I do, I cannot obtain an IBM 5100 on this world line. That is what fate has decreed. I get the police to call my father, and they finally release me. They didn't go so far as to arrest me, but the policemen are as well as my father scolded me harshly. I act apologetic, but in actuality, the words from the fears. After my father goes home, I head straight to Moeka's apartment. I tried calling her. I took the opportunity to memorize her phone number yesterday, but she wouldn't pick up at all. Before I get there, I send a mail to Daro asking him to check if the coin locker is still occupied. The door to Moeka's apartment is unlocked. I find Moeka hugging her knees in the corner, just like she was when I first found her. You put the IBM 5100 in the bottom right locker, correct? How? Out of all the lockers, only 3 could hold the IBM 5100. Out of those 3, only the bottom one was in use. Found it. Checked the big locker in the room right is in use. What's it about anyway? Don't make me Your errand boy. It's early in the morning, fool. Use. If that's the one you used, then FBI hasn't picked it up yet. Do you know what that means? Mocha frowns. It means that if we stake out the locker, you'll get to meet FB. Ah. It hadn't occurred to you? Some secret agent you are. I'm headed there now. You coming? Well, you meet her. Borrow her phone. That's the best way to prevent Mocha from going to Yanabayashi's shrine. I can't meet her. I'm too afraid. The real me could never live up to our expectations. Something tells me your expectations were never that high to begin with. Mocha's face contorts again. I'm being blunt, not only because Mocha is Mayuri's murderer, but also because Mocha's weakness is starting to get on my nerves. Just like Dara's mail said, the locker's still occupied when I get there. I look around to make sure there are no patrol cars. No crowbars this time. I don't feel like getting arrested. I head across the street to Daibaru, hide behind one of its humongous pillars, and begin to stake out. My legs are getting tired. I was going to borrow Mayuri's portable game console, but I decided I didn't need the distraction. Still, it's pretty tough to keep standing like this. I also need to stay conspicuous. Someone might notice if they see me standing in the same place for hours. I wouldn't want a security guard to give me trouble. I mean, I guess there's not much worry about that. I've already been here for 7 hours of that incident. My legs are numb, so I squat and lean against the pillar. So hungry. I'd love to go get some food, but I can't take my eyes off the locker. Just then, somebody taps me on the shoulder. FB? I try to leap to my feet, but my legs get tangled and I fall over. Mocha is standing there, looking down at me with those glassy eyes. What are you doing here? Keep watch, too. Is that okay? Why the change of heart? I stand up and dust off my clothes. You were comfortable with your male-only relationship, weren't you? I thought you wanted to maintain that distance. So what made you decide to risk a meeting? At this rate, Mocha puts her head in her knees. She looks ready to cry. I've seen that expression once before in her moonlit apartment. With 50, I'll lose my connection to the world. Mocha nods faintly. You can't bear to be alone yourself, yet you'd end an innocent girl's life because some person you never met told you to? Cultist, that's what you are. Your cult leader, FB, abused her weakness before throwing her out like old clothes. It pisses me off. FB's cruelty, Mocha's weakness, I can't decide which I hate more. Then Mocha nervously brings out a convenience store bag. What's this? Instead of answering, Mocha looks away. I look inside. Whoa, milk and bean buns! Exactly what you need on a stakeout. There's enough for 2. You bought this for me? Mocha nods. Very well, you may join the stakeout. Now we can take turns watching and will also look less suspicious to passerby. Then night draws on and still no sign of FB. We nap in 1-hour shifts, but it doesn't help the exhaustion. On top of that, I don't have anyone to talk to. Mocha can't keep a conversation going, so there's nothing I can do to stave off boredom. I went back to the lab to shower just before dawn, but Kurisu, who was working on an all-nighter on the time machine, just glared at me. The wait finally ends at just after 1 PM on the 13th. Someone comes to open the lower right locker. We watch from behind the pillar. It's a nondescript middle-aged man. He's dressed in a new suit, but it hangs rather poorly on him, as if he's not used to wearing it. Is that FB? Mocha shakes her head firmly. FB is a woman. So maybe she hired someone to pick it up. Or it could be someone from the locker company here to clear it after weeks overdue. That would make us all idiots, Mocha, FB, and me. The man has the key to the locker. He pays the late fee with 100 yen coins and removes the cardboard box with the Ivan 5100 inside. The man thought I hadn't brought a push cart. He puts the Ivan 5100 on the push cart with a bit of effort and begins walking away. Follow him! The man heads straight for Akihabara Station. Strangely enough, he walks up to the overweight man standing in front of the ticket machine. The overweight man is wearing a t-shirt and has all the signs of an otaku. He doesn't seem to have anything in common with the first guy, who looks like an average salaryman. They transfer the Ivan 5100 into the overweight man's suitcase. After they exchange a few words, the overweight man enters the station alone, and the guy with the suit leaves. Weird. What was the purpose of that transfer? Is the overweight man FB, or is he just another link in some kind of chain? At any rate, if we keep following the Ivan 5100, we should reach FB eventually. We enter the station. The overweight man boards the Yamanote line. We board on to the next car and we keep watching the connecting door. It's a weekday afternoon, so there aren't many passengers. 30 minutes later, we arrive at Shinjuku Station. Here, the train sees a sharp increase in passenger traffic. He's getting off. Mocha pulls him on my sleeve. The overweight man has slipped into the stream of departing passengers. He's about to exit onto the platform. We follow him, but due to our slow reaction, we have to push our way through the boarding passengers. The train door is closed and it slowly departs. The man starts walking towards the exit. Shinjuku is crowded, so we have to follow close behind or we'll lose him. But then I stop in my tracks. What? The man is empty-handed. His suitcase is missing. What? For a second I think we followed the wrong man, but no, it's definitely him. We watched him the whole time he was on the train. There's no doubt he had the suitcase when the train arrived in Shinjuku. Would he have passed it to someone else in this crowd? Clever. They know how to lose a tail. Yeah, that's true. I returned to the lab and leave, and now we're back. I found myself inside the train. I know it's bad manners to use my phone on the train, but this is an emergency. According to the train's display, we're about to leave Otsuka for Ikebukuro. 3 stops at Shinjuku. Mocha is next to me, acting inconspicuous. I pick at the overweight man in the next car. They'll make the move at Shinjuku. That guy's gonna get off, but he actually hands the package to someone else. He got us good just now. Just now? Doesn't look like Mocha's caught on yet. I just time leap from an hour in the future. Time leaped? Mocha's eyes widen. The train arrives at Shinjuku on schedule. Just to make sure, I'll have Mocha follow the man when he gets off. Before the doors open, I stealthily move to his car. He still has the suitcase with the item 5100. Now arriving at Shinjuku. Doors open and passengers spew out. The overweight man leaves too, just like the last time, however. I knew it! He leaves the suitcase on the train. And now, passengers from Shinjuku board. Someone walks up to the abandoned suitcase. It's a woman in her 30s, pushing a baby stroller. There's no baby. The woman casually loads the suitcase into her stroller and sits down. After witnessing that scene, I return to the neighboring car. I need to be careful, these guys are serious about avoiding pursuit. The train starts moving. I contact Moeka so we can regroup later. After that incident, the package swaps couriers like a hot potato snaking around the tracks that run to Tokyo like a web. Whenever they give me a slip, I time leap and resume the chase. Finally, the courier and package get aboard the Hibiya line and return to Akihabara Station where it all began. I recognize the last courier. He's one of the men who raided the lab with Moeka. Dark-skinned, crew-cut, the one who hit me with his gun. The man easily carries the 25-kilo package out of the station. We follow. A car honks its horn. Mocha and I immediately hide. Peering out from the cover, I see a white, fat flatbed parked in front of the station. A muscular man hops out of the driver's seat. What? Oh, it's him. I know that face. No, it can't be. I desperately try to organize my thoughts. Naoji Yugo, owner of the Braun Tube Workshop. Mr. Braun. Why? Why is he here? Does this mean he's connected to FB, to the Rounders? Was the Braun Tube Workshop just a front for CERN? Is that how he could afford to keep it open? What's going on here? His shop is right below the lab. If he's working for the enemy, then... I shiver at the thought. Stop, let's not rush to conclusions. He might just be another courier. We watch from a distance. Tenoji takes the suitcase from the crew-cut man and loads it onto the back seat of his car. Then he gets into the car alone and takes off towards Showadori. I stare after it in disbelief. I time leaped several hours before the first man arrived at the coin locker. Then I explained the situation to Moeka. My plan is to get ahead of the package. After killing some time at Starbucks, we rent a car. I don't have a license, so Moeka's driving. We go to the street in front of the roundabout, facing Showadori and park near Yodobashi camera. Now we wait. Nervous? You look terrified. How long have you been driving? First time. What? This is your first time? Oh, come on. Just don't crash. I was surprised Mocha had a license in the first place. Apparently, FB told her it would come in handy for her rounder work. I have Mocha wait in the car while I keep a lookout on the roundabout. White station wagons already stopped there. From this distance, I can clearly see Tenoji in the driver's seat. Nobody else is riding. The crew cut guy should arrive just after 5 p.m. As expected, the crew cut man arrives right on time, effortlessly dragging the suitcase behind him. It feels weird seeing the exact same scene from a different angle. I hurry back to the car where Moeka is waiting. He's coming! The station wagon rolls past us. It takes a left turn at the Showadori intersection towards Okachimachi. Mocha smoothly sets the car in motion. Finally, we arrive at Tenochi's house in Okachimachi. This is the house where Suzo had lived. Her rusty old mountain bike is still sitting out front. Tenochi brings the Ivan 5100 inside. We step a little farther down the road and keep watch. What does it mean? Where is FB? The question is, why did he bring it inside? Is he just hiding it, or is he FB? Does he know FB? Mocha insisted FB is a woman, so maybe it's Tenochi's wife, whom I've never met. I have Mocha show me the one of FB's males. M4, it's true that you're not very good with people, but I think that's just part of what makes you unique and special. Besides, you have no trouble talking to me, do you? Honestly, M4, there's nobody else who works as hard as you do. I'm very thankful for that. I'm glad you joined the Rounders. Even if nobody else values you, I'll always look out for you. Feel free to email me whenever you like. Oh yeah, since you're finally in Nagoya, you should try some of his local delicacies. It's not good for your health to keep eating convenience store food. Or do you not like miso, M4? In case a girl your age needs to eat better, I recommend the firm miso stew. Your next message is to go to Akihabara in Tokyo to find an apartment by next week. I deposited a special bonus in your account, so feel free to use it. Talk to you soon. Your mother, FB. She's kept a lot of mails archived like this one. Or is my codename. B gave it to me. Not very impressive, it's just Moeka. Or Moeka's a mailing machine. She sent FB nearly 10 mails a day, but FB replied to every single one. You'd have to be a saint to reply to all those emails. No wonder Moeka was so dependent on FB. So, time for another stakeout. I have Dario set up a wireless infrared camera on the telephone pole down the street. Park a couple blocks away and watch the video feed. The next day, Tenochi goes to work on his moped like usual. He returns after sunset. There's no sign of his daughter Nae or his wife. Something finally happens early Sunday morning. Just before 3 a.m., 6 people show up at Tenochi's house. It's them! It's dark, but I recognize them. They're the Rounders who raided the lab with Moeka. Moeka doesn't show much of a reaction. I thought she knew them. I asked, but she said she's never met them before. It looks like this World Line's Moeka had been cut off completely. Were they done with her once she found them in IBM 5100? Tenochi comes outside and loads the IBM 5100 into the station wagon. Then the 6 men get in and drive away. Tenochi sees them off, then goes back inside his house. What? Now? I'm interested in Tenochi's story, but the IBM 5100 will leave us to FB. We decide to follow the station wagon. The pursuit ends at Narita International Airport. The 6 men IBM 5100 in tow board a plane headed for France. France, Cerntone's country. What does this mean? Tenochi's wife might be FB. Since there's been no sign of FB this far, she must be an extremely cautious individual. But the evidence suggests only one possibility. On Worldline Alpha 1, Moeka's men attacked the night the time machine was completed. Their timing was perfect. It makes sense if you assume that Tenochi is closely linked to FB. He was right downstairs the whole time we were discussing our plans. FB knew exactly what we were up to. We were dancing to her tune all along. When we get back to Akiba, Moeka and I start walking towards Tenochi's house. On the way, I get an angry call from Kurisu demanding an update, so I decide to take care of that first. I should probably go.
I saw Ryan last night. It was really pretty. I hope you were looking at the same time, because then it wouldn't be like we were even close. If we were so far away. Stars are romantic, don't you think? Aren't they?
Yeah, I saw it too. First time in a while I've had time to look at the stars, but I don't think that was Ryan. That's a winter constellation. True. Should we stop for today? We'll stop for today. So tomorrow, next time, I'll try doing this one and not answering the phone, and we'll see what that does. That might give me my next ending. Go to the title menu. Let's look at our ending. Yeah, look at that. Down there at the bottom. Man, I've played for almost 30 hours, eh? Oh, whatever. Alright. I gotta make this quick, because actually I really need to go to dinner before they run out of food. You know how it is with college campuses. So, hey. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with me and staying with me. I hope you're all having a great week. I've had a kind of rough week, but I think I've made it through it. So hopefully everyone's good. And if you're watching this most people don't watch these things as they come out. So hey, if you ever find this series in the future after about 30 hours of me playing this game, hi. I hope you're enjoying it. And remember, kids, don't get too dependent on your phones. It's bad for your eyes. Bye-bye. Love you.